the idea of creating the Death Gun character when Shoichi got the invisibility cloak through a real money trade. Using the cloak and some binoculars, Shoichi started stealing the real-world info of the other players. Meanwhile, his little brother Kyoji was having issues with his avatar, Spiegel.
These players who think it's all about their agility, man, they're living in a dream.
Spiegel was an AGI type, which Zexy used to recommend. But Zexy shifted his stats to an STR-VIT combo, and that pissed Kyoji off. When Shoichi found out, he gave Kyoji Zexy's name and address IRL. Then they started talking about how to kill him. They say they weren't serious about it at first, but day after day, the more they talked about it, the more it seemed they could get away with it. For their plan to work, they needed two things from their dad's hospital: a master key card used to open doors in emergencies, and a lethal drug for the demon. They researched their victims carefully, narrowing the list down to the ones who lived alone in low security apartments. Using the key card, Shoichi broke into their first victim's place, Shikimura, aka Zexy. The brothers worked out the exact time he was supposed to die. Kyoji logged in as his brother's avatar stared at him and announced himself as Death Gun and shot Zexy. Their second victim, Sushio Tarago, was killed the same way. But instead of being scared of Death Gun, the other players of GPGO treated it like some kind of joke. Shoichi and his partners were furious, so they decided to kill some players during the BOB fight. They found three who met the same criteria as Zexy and Tarago: Hail Rider, Garrett, and Sino.
Yeah. To me, it seemed Death Gun, the person doing the real-world killing, had to make sure they'd be at each target's house on time.
So they recruited that Kamoto guy who turned out to be the third Death Gun. Where'd they find him, though?
Simple. Kanemoto was an old friend of Shoichi's. They were both part of Laughing Coffin and SAO. We found out his handle there was Johnny the Black. That sound familiar?
Yeah, he worked with Zaza. I think his weapon of choice was a poison knife.
They put Kanemoto on Hail Rider and Garrett because he lived nearby. Sinon, on the other hand, was Kyoji's. See, Shoichi was the one who usually did the killing, but for this one job, Kyoji insisted on being the one to do it.
Is that what he wanted? For real? Did Kyoji say that?
No. His brother was the one who gave us all the details of their plan. Kyoji still refuses to talk.
He does.
Speaking of, we found out a little more about Shoichi. Health-wise, he'd been sickly since childhood. His father pretty much gave up on him, so he decided early on to hand the hospital over to Kyoji.
Stand sharp, man. Locked and loaded.
Even so, the brothers seemed to be close growing up. But then Shoichi got obsessed with MMORPGs, and 2022 he got trapped with Sword Art Online. After he got out, Shoichi only spoke to Kyoji about it. He bragged about how in that world he was a real mass murderer, and how he was feared. In Kyoji's eyes, his big brother was a hero. As for Shoichi, he's sticking with the story that everything about the Death Gun concept, including the murders, was just part of the game. And his actions here, gathering intel on victims, looking for the murders, and committing them, were no different than SAF. Yeah, good point. How are you handling yours?
I feel like I left a part of me back in his so right now, there's less of me here than there was before. I know.
You don't know? Do you want to go back?
Seriously? Did you ask me that?
Wait a sec. I contradicted what you told me the other day. You said there's no such thing as a virtual world, remember? But like, wherever you were, that's your reality. Where I am right now, here, this world is my reality. And even if you told me this was the virtual world, it would would still be reality to me. You see what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. I gotta hand it to you, Sina. What you said just now might be the only good thing you can understand.
I'm trying to soften it.
Sorry, I'm with Kirito in this one. Well, that's pretty much all we've found out so far. Do you have any questions before I go?
I do. Has there been any word on what's going to happen to Kyoji yet?
Based on his brother's confession and their behavior, they'll most likely be sent to a medical detention center. Doubt either one knows what reality is anymore.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't know anything about Kyoji's brother. I never met him. But I've known Kyoji a long time, and I think his reality was Gungail Online. He'd pretty much given up on this world. There was nothing left for him other than GGO, so he made that his reality. He'd spend hours in it, grinding away, boosting his XP and trying to be the best.
Come
Yes,
on.
stress got to be too much for him.
From playing a game? I know you can lose track of time, but reality?
Sure. At some point, Kyoji just swapped out one for the other. His real life. His virtual one.
Okay.
Listen to it. He did it. Why do you think he did it? You're right. Because I was the same way. When it comes down to it, maybe all us VR MMO players are the same. All we want is to get stronger. Mr. Kikoka, I'd like to go see him if that's all right. There's so much I want to tell him, like what we were just talking about. And other stuff I've been thinking. If it's okay.
You're a strong person who wants it. Not everyone think it's a great idea. It doesn't just get that one can. I'll let you know. Well, I have to get back to the office then.
Okay. Thanks for taking the time.
Yes, thank you for talking to us.
Don't even mention it. You guys risked your lives, and God knows how many you saved. It's the least I could do. Oh, by the way, Kirito, Deathgut, or Shuichi Shinkawa, or Red-Eyed Zaza, or whatever you want to call him, asked me to give you a message. You don't want to hear it. Say the word and I'll tear it.
I'll hear it.
You got it. Bro, if you think this is over, it's not. You don't have what it takes to end this. Sooner or later, you'll realize that. It's showtime. That's it.
Hey, Sina,
What's up?
are you free right now?
What do you mean? Free? Free for what? So, this is where you're taking me?
Yep, there's someone inside I want you to meet.
Well, it's about time. You just wait so darn long, I wouldn't have 2 slices of apple pie. If I get fat, it's all your fault.
How's that my fault? Jeez.
Come on, Kirito, are you going to introduce us or what?
Oh, right. Sorry. This is Shino Asano, aka Sino. Gun Gale Online's 3rd Super Champ.
Don't say that.
These are my friends from my time in SAF. Is Blacksmith and Slim.
What the hell did you call me?
And that's Asuna, the Berserk Q. Real name, Asuna.
Berserk.
You want to grab a seat and get something to drink?
That's what stands means. What's the agent means? That's a new one. Finally, I've been trying to find something. tooonami would maybe gave us avatar. A lot of times it boils down to whatever a player thinks sounds cool.
Oh, that explains it. This whole time I thought you gave your avatar your name because you lacked imagination.
Sit!
I do so have imagination. That's it. Hey, geez. Whatever. So anyway, I'm super stoked you're here. It's always cool to meet another girl VR MMO player. You said it.
I hope we can be great friends, Asuna. Listen, Asta. Shino. There's another reason I was asking you to come here today. What is it?
Sino, I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this. I told Oxford and Liz about what happened to you when you were younger. I didn't have a choice. I needed their help.
Huh? I'll explain. We wanted to help you, so we paid a visit to the town where you used to live. How could you? Why would you do that?
Wait, Sino. They found someone who wants to meet you. I can't let you leave till you hear what they have to say. It might hurt me, and I'm sorry. But I can't stand by if there's a chance what they say helps.
Who is this person? What do they want to tell me? Sorry, do I know you? Sachi Osawa, Yoshino Asada, aren't you? I'd like to introduce you to my daughter. Her name's Mizue. She's 4 years old. I don't know if you remember, but I used to work at the post office. This is really hard. See, I should have done this ages ago. I'm so sorry it took this long. I never apologized or thanked you for what you did. I was pregnant with her the day that man came in and tried to rob us. What you did, it wasn't just my life you saved. You saved the life of my little girl too. Thank you so much. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here. I see.
Sino, time to let go. You've been blaming yourself way too long. Beating yourself up over what happened. I'm not saying you're wrong to do that, but it's just whatever guilt you feel about what you did, you've got a right to consider the lives you saved too. You got the right to think about those people and forgive yourself. That's what I wanted you to do.
I made it for you. Thank you for saving Mommy. And for saving me. We love you.
Yeah.
So, there's another reason Chris asked me to come here today. What is it? Is it?
Cena, I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this. I told Austin and Liz about what happened to you when you were younger. I didn't have a choice. I needed their help.
I'll explain. We wanted to help you, so we paid a visit to the town where you used to live. How could you? Why would you do that?
Wait, Cena. They found someone who wants to meet you. I can't let you leave till you hear what they have to say. It might hurt, and I'm sorry. But I can't stand by if there's a chance what they say helps.
Who is this person? What do they want to tell me?
What in the world? Really different day.
It does.
It does to me as well. How long have we seen? How long have we been talking about Parasite? When did we? I had not seen Parasite until we were talking about getting. Today, in celebration of all things October, we are going to be loosely Halloween themed, I guess.
I would say it's, it's horror.
We're going to be talking about things that we like that scare us. First up is our new show.
I don't remember how I found it. I didn't read the whole thing. I just read some of it just because I was like, whoa, this is some crazy imagery, body horror-wise. And I actually, when I heard about this show, I remember thinking, like, is that based on the manga? No, it's so many years later. Surely not. But I was wrong. So, I didn't watch it though until we decided to get, until we were thinking about getting the show, and I actually think it's really good. I'm really excited about it.
It aired in Japan last year and into the beginning of this year, so we're right on top of it, fresh off the press.
Better late than never, I always say. I like it. I think it's got a really interesting twist on body horror. It's like a weird. What's weird to me about it is it's got this incredibly weird, gory, The Thing style body horror, but then it's also sort of a goofy teenage thing, and then also they use it as a way to explore philosophical questions about what it means to be human and have emotions, and whether we're driven by genetics or our will. Like, it's like a crazy.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be
a straight horror show.
Yeah.
And it's deeper than that. It's layered.
But it's also lighter than that. Like when there are times when people are getting their faces ripped off, but then there's like goofy, like whoa, goofy teenage humor. It's just the kind of thing that I think would only come from Japan, which I think is one of the reasons I like it. Yeah. But it's our second show from Sentai Filmworks, and they suggested it. And of course, tooonami viewers let us know they'll like it. So
Yeah, and if you were paying attention to certain ice cream trucks at certain anime conventions, you found out a little
you saw earlier than you intended, but that's okay. I'm just happy that they wanted to tell people.
Yeah,
that are good partners.
And we have we showed it on last week's broadcast, and
But you're going to see
throughout the
again.
television broadcast week, as well as tooonami, but you're going to see it again. Our Parasite trailer that Johnny edited, and I
Check it
went
out.
in and watched him edit from time to time.
I got a call from school today. They said you left early.
Something could happen.
Okay. Tell Mom and Dad about this. I think I'm crazy.
Oh, what the hell is going on?
Can't tell anyone about this.
Is there a problem with your hand?
No, it's fine. I don't know how the hell you got in there, but you're coming out. What did you do to my hand?
I was eating it. I sense one of my own.
Ah, there's more of you.
No, there's not.
It wants to fight me.
What? You want to fight that thing?
There's no choice. If it kills the survival guy as well, we're in this together.
He's dangerous. He must be eliminated.
That should not be happening. Did you just save my life?
The only life I consider important is my own, so I chose the safest option.
When I first took control of this TV house, I instantly received a directive
What did you do with my daughter?
to developing interior spaces.
Parasite starting this Saturday at 1 a.m.
Looks like someone's terrified.
Get infected. I like the
Terrified and infected.
the voice of Miki, the parasite, which means right relationship where they sort of feed into each other.
Yeah, he wakes up, and that's in the trip.
A high school student who attends school has a hots for a girl.
Waka Waka
You
is
know, yeah, the usual. Japanese sort of schoolboy
And
things.
the show sort of evolves as it goes along, but without totally spoiling how it happens.
I think it's great. It does. Migi, what's the main character's name? Migi and Shinichi have some really interesting philosophical discussions about, like, you know, Migi is trying to understand what it's like to be human, and Shinichi is trying to understand what it's like to be one of these parasites who think in a very emotionless, logical, you know, this is why I'm doing this kind of way,
Yeah,
remorseless. Yeah, like you, remorseless killing.
The efficient killing machine.
And
dang, I totally
it
forget to
creates
call.
these interesting discussions that the two of them have, which I think gives the show more depth than otherwise. If you could do a show like that and just come up with crazy, gross shit, and I'd still like it. But this show actually tries to mean something, which I appreciate. I think it's really good.
Yeah, and we have a clip from what is the second episode. It is the second episode. And
What it turns out
it's seemingly either
the second.
the story is cut up
like
into
the second
24
episode.
distinct pieces. So the second episode, and this is sort of one of the early ones of those conversations in terms of how is it
Hello, is Corey there?
going to work with the two of them? How are they going to survive? Yeah, or are they?
Okay, I'll call him tomorrow.
What are you thinking, Shinichi?
Should we really stay quiet about this?
What exactly do you mean by stay quiet?
We can't let them run wild. They're killing people left and right.
What do you mean, run wild?
Don't you get it? Only we know what they really are. At this rate, there'll be more and more victims every day. Which is why,
What?
if I take you to them, they can research you and learn what you are.
I don't understand. Your logic's a bit difficult for me to follow. My kind are simply feeding to stay alive and nothing more. It's natural for life forms to feed on other life forms. You just find it unpleasant that it's your own kind that's being eaten.
Well, yeah, of course. Human life is a precious thing, isn't it?
I don't know. I can tell you that I value my own life, although I've never really considered any other life form to be all that valuable.
Yeah, bet you have. Because you seem to be more like an animal or an insect.
Shinichi, is that an attempt to be insulting? Understand this. If you were to take action in any way that would be harmful to me, I would have no choice but to do everything in my power to stop you.
Your survival depends on me. You're just a parasite.
I will protect your life. Although, you don't necessarily need to be able to speak. And then, you don't really need to be able to see or hear either. Well, looks like someone's terrified. Perhaps you should maybe take a little rest.
Owned. I like the picture. We have Miggy move sound effect in the morning behind us. Every time we move for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, Miggy moves. When Miggy does something, they have this weird fart noise that they animate. So it's like, I like it. Yeah, and hopefully you will like Parasite premiering tomorrow night at 1 a.m. You like that sweet segue? You are a killing machine. That's true. So up next is our question of the week, which is, what's your favorite horror TV show / movie? I don't have too many show / movie picks. Stupid joke. What do you mean? Pointless. Oh, you were making it funny. Not really. You are a killing machine, my friend. Yeah. Killing fun, like an inhuman machine. Why don't you go ahead and, I'm doing first. Yes, speaking of fun, so I'm a, full disclosure, I'm a horror, I'm a horror buff. And so this was actually hard for me to just narrow down to 3, but we'll be doing this again. Luckily, it's just year, some of your next Halloween. So,
Sorry. I just wanted to know.
My first favorite horror film / TV show is, of course, Twin Peaks, the all-time classic TV show. Oh my God, we're in the Black Lodge. You should always. Twin Peaks aired way back in 1990 as a one-night movie event, and then that did really well, and so they did a 7-episode first season, which sort of took over and became the water cooler show of that year. And then it came back for a 22-episode, I believe, second season, which kind of got real messy, and people just stopped watching. And then once they solved the murder of Laura Palmer, and then the show went off the air. And now, this year, we heard that roughly 25 years later, just like they predicted, they are making a new Twin Peaks series of, I think, about 10 episodes. David Lynch is back on board and directing every episode, which I'm very excited about. And that's going to be premiering on Showtime, hopefully sometime next year. So Twin Peaks has been re-energized by both the Blu-ray remastered set that came out a year or two ago, and then, of course, David Lynch directing new episodes. I was watching Twin Peaks when I was in college and didn't have a TV, but the pull of the show was so strong that basically every week at the time Twin Peaks was on, the one guy in our dorm who had cable hosted a Twin Peaks viewing party, and we would watch it every single week. So that's how I watched all of Twin Peaks, was in a room with a group of people being like, what the hell? You know, just Did you like the guy outside of the fact that he had a television, or was that the only reason? I don't even remember who it was, so that should answer your question. Fair enough. He had a TV. He graciously allowed me to sit in a room with a bunch of people and watch it and not be the person who was talking, getting shushed. Because at one point, when the show was really hot, it was like 30 people crammed in their dorm room. We could have been doing a lot more fun stuff than watching Twin Peaks. I don't know. And then I always, it's something about the show to me. And then I watched the movie Fire Walk with Me, which kind of landed with a a thud, but I really like and think is a great horror movie, especially a metaphor for sexual abuse. So I have been fascinated with the show ever since it originally aired. I've rewatched it probably 7, 8, 9 times. I mean, it was on various streaming services, and I would watch it then. I bought the Blu-ray Gold box. I had the original VHSs, which I wish I had kept, of the entire series. So the broad strokes of Twin Peaks concerns a murder of a girl named Laura Palmer in a very small town in the Pacific Northwest, and the FBI agent Dale Cooper, who comes to investigate her murder. And then basically it broadens into a larger sort of thing about the town itself and about some supernatural villains that are sort of hurting things. So the clip I'm going to show you is from Dale Cooper being in basically a place between worlds, like another dimension, called the Black Lodge, which is where Laura Palmer's spirit is trapped. So you see the show gets real weird real fast. Doesn't explain a lot, you just sort of figure it out, and I think the iconography is unforgettable, and that's one of the reasons the show still had this life. But for people who are questioning whether it's horror, I'm just going to show you this clip, and I really don't think you're going to argue with me, so let's check that out.
Okay, where the hell are you? Not you.
Doppelganger! So bananas that was on national TV. On ABC. Yeah. So I think one of the David Lynch is a genius for many reasons, but one of the things he does is he turns everyday things into horrific things. So really, the only reason that's scary is because there's a lack of typical logic. It's very much dream logic. Everything was filmed backwards and then run forwards, both the sound and the video. The strobing light effect, the use of sound design. Like, he's making something horrific using context, not using like gore or, which I think is really interesting. Yeah, making it so uncomfortable that it's terrifying. Right. So I've always loved Twin Peaks, very excited about the new series. And if you haven't seen it, I urge you to watch it and catch up. It's pretty much an unforgettable and hugely influential show. Holds up much better than 30-something, which I immediately followed. Or Picket Fences. So my second choice is another perennial classic, which is, of course, the Stanley Kubrick, Jack Nicholson version of the Stephen King novel, The Shining. That's who made it. I think The Shining is 1975. That feels early, but I don't know for sure. Well, we'll figure it out while we watch the clip. But at any rate, The Shining was, it came out, it wasn't like a big hit, but basically, it's Kubrick's take on a somewhat more pedestrian Stephen King story, although I did like the story. But Kubrick basically did similar to what David Lynch did with Twin Peaks. He uses sort of contextual stuff to make you uncomfortable that heightens the terror. He very much used 1980. Oh, there you go. He used asymphonic scores, atonal symphonic scores, excuse me. So, and the music is a huge part of it, and the editing. He also used the Steadicam, which creates this, but he used it so much that it creates this sort of weird gliding feeling where nothing feels real. He also uses a lot of long, slow shots, and then he manages to basically put everybody into very, basically surround them with a frame that makes them feel very small as compared to the Overlook Hotel's evil. and then he lets Jack Nicholson go completely bananas with an over-the-top performance, and then he has everyone else turn their performance way down. So that it's like, by the end, everything's ratcheted up. The music, everything he can bring to bear in terms of the filmmaker adds to the horror of it. The story of itself is not really that scary. It's like, there's a hotel, it's possessed by evil spirits, it messes with people at the end. Like, it's not like, that's pretty scary. So I want to show, of course, one of the more famous clips, but still a clip today that gives me chills, and I've seen the movie 40 times. So this is Danny Torrance riding his big wheels through the Overlook Hotel and running into an unfortunate friend.
Oh my God! Holy shit! This is that movie? The one where the twins are like all creepy and crap? Oh my God, this trope has been done a billion times. I've seen this a billion times, and I've never known what movie this is. But I've never known what movie this was from.
Mommy, I'm scared. Remember what Mr. Halloran said? It's just like pictures in a book, Danny. It isn't real.
Oh, it's real.
When the creepy
really
little
real.
boy who has a boy who lives in his mouth and talks through his hand is the most sane thing he's
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, and I love how small Danny was in the frame, and I just love the idea that he saw this horrible vision, and then it's not there anymore. So he's just like, I just can't even imagine. And I do love the classical music that's actually sourced from existing classical recordings. I was listening to a lot of the same composers when we were trying to do our Attack on Titan promo, and I recall listening to a bunch of this creepy atonal music from like Berlioz and Gorky and these classical composers. And I was staying in a hotel because I was out of town, and the guy came, knocked on my door, and brought me my room service, and I'm blasting this like music, and the guy just looked at me like, cool,
Just naked, covered in blood.
yeah, like just like, what you doing in here, bud? Like, I'm making a promo. So anyway, that's my second choice, The Shining. And then third, I'm going to just sort of highlight a lesser-known movie that I really love. It's called Kill List, from the director Ben Wheatley. He is an English director. He does all of his movies with his wife. She's either his screenwriter or like they basically partner together on all their movies. And he does a lot of improv stuff. Like his process is very much like a British director, like Ken Loach type thing. He basically blocks scenes and tells people what they're trying to get across, and then lets them sort of get there with their own dialogue, constantly doing rehearsals and stuff. So he brought this very grounded, realistic style of acting and the final message to the genre of horror. So Kill List concerns a hitman who has been out of the game for a couple of years, not a long time, but a couple of years, and he's run out of money and he needs to go back into being a hitman. And he had something bad happen to him in Kiev. His last job went bad, and they don't really say why, but they reference it obliquely. His wife references it. His other hitman that he works with references it, but no one really tells you what happened. Something bad happened.
So that's why he's been out. But he's running out of money and he needs money to maintain their life. He's got a pretty crappy relationship with his wife and child. And he's sort of, so it starts off and it's like, oh, this is just a typical like British lower class sort of movie about people living and working and being married. And then it transforms into this hitman movie, and then it transforms again into this really scary horror movie. So he takes this job with his friend, and it's a multi-part job, and every part of the job they do gets weirder and weirder to by the end they're both like, what the hell is going on? And it ends up being a horrible sort of cult that they're caught up with. And I don't want to give away anything else, but it's pretty incredible. There's really nothing else like it, and I think it's one of the better horror movies of the last decade for sure. Still a lot of people don't know about it, but you should see it if you haven't. Here's a trailer which somewhat gets across where this movie goes, but I don't really think there's any way to really understand why it's so unsettling until you watch it.
Look at that.
I'm sorry. Oh, ow.
A bad label. Should suffer.
Yeah.
I've not seen it. It looks awesome.
I think you would enjoy it. I forgot to show something else that I think is awesome. If you haven't seen it,
It's truly terrifying.
this is something that shows the power of editing, how you can turn even the scariest thing into something else. So this is one of the early viral remix trailer sensations, probably the first one I remember being one that everyone sent around, called...
When you emailed them.
Yeah, when you emailed them to each other instead of social media. So this is like from 2006. This is called Shining. Meet Jack Torrance.
I'm outlining a new writing project.
He's a writer looking for inspiration.
Lots of ideas. Good.
Meet Danny. He's a kid looking for a dad.
There's hardly anybody to play with around here.
What's that, Doc?
Jack just can't finish his book.
I don't want to sound melodramatic, but there's no way to make it economically feasible. Here's to 5 miserable months.
But now, sometimes what we need the most is just around the corner.
I'm your new foster father. I'd do anything.
Climbing up on South Hill,
I love it.
I could see the city light. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, write the things I've done today. You
So good. That's
So many
perfect moments. The fact that it's shining and not shining.
Yeah, you said it ends with the guy going shining in that perfect like douche VO guy way, and
So many horrifying moments that are used as
recontextualized.
sweet romantic.
That's how you cut a trailer, folks. You just make it whatever you want it to be and do it. I love the the sometimes line too. I've written many a promo with the sometimes. Back in the day when VO was in every promo, you had a sometimes line in a lot of them. Sometimes you recut a trailer and it becomes something else, the way people do things. Well, that's those are my choices. So Gil, I'm going to throw it to you.
I accept. I will catch it. And my first choice is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh my god. You have got to be kidding me.
3, The Dream Warriors. This movie I saw. I did not see this in the theater. I saw it after probably like 8th grade, where it was like just to the point where you were still sort of scared sometimes, but you were acting tough, and this was the perfect movie for that, where it's like
Oh
there
my
are some truly, at the time, now it's really just sort of hilariously awesome, but at the time, scary.
I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street, the movies, I think they do have a surreal.
There's always a
there's
point
some
where it's
creepy
like,
stuff, like the dream
yeah, the
blurring
fact that it's
reality.
like this. It's like, oh, it's all just a dream, but you're actually gonna die.
Yeah.
Like that. That sort of bit.
Like
and,
when I wake up.
yeah, to where it's like
Every
this is
day.
all still just a dream. The scene that we have is the first sort of dream sequence that sort of sets it up where it's like, oh, this is horrifying, and then they just kick everybody's ass the rest of the time. But let's play this and we can talk a little bit about Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Another reference that I've heard.
Hi, what's your name?
Kirsten, what's yours? What is this place?
I gotta go there.
Wait, little girl, don't go in there! Little girl!
Holy crap. Don't go in there, you idiot.
This is where it takes us. Come on, go on.
What is this, hell?
Freddy's home.
Hmm. I started a stream, so it's just. I started a stream, so let's stream to it, please.
So yeah, that was the first Nightmare on Elm Street scared the pants off me.
Sounds sexy, literally.
This movie, there's still a lot of like creepy nightmare stuff where I was scared, but I like the fact that they're fighting back and there's some hilarious lines, and I just enjoy this movie. Not the movie that has scared me the most, which is clearly A Beautiful Mind, but we'll talk about that later.
Yes, I'd like to talk about that.
But one of my favorite horror movies, and one that I always enjoy watching round about the Halloween-y time.
It's a good one. Particularly enjoy the Dokken theme song.
Up next for me is The Fog, and not the piece of shit remake, but the 1980 John Carpenter The Fog.
Not the piece of shit remake.
Which,
Accurate.
yeah, I mean, I think what I like about The Fog. Is that it probably should be a piece of shit movie, which I think is why the remake was a piece of shit. But John Carpenter is so awesome that it is actually a great movie. Like,
Yes.
it's much more than the sum of its parts. It's got a great cast. The score is awesome. Like the plot is really sort of just like
point.
yeah, like it's
People don't really in his canon of early films. It's considered a minor film, but I agree with you. I've always really loved it. I love it's an excellent stylistic exercise.
yeah. I mean, he shot it so well, and it's really well cast and scored, and I think you sort of see what he's able to do, whereas anybody else would be making the shit remake. So let's check out the trailer. I think this is the original trailer of The Fog.
John Carpenter's The Fog.
Holy crap! Is that the guy
Hey,
from?
Antonio Bay. Stevie Wayne here, and let me be the first to wish Antonio Bay a happy birthday.
Is that?
For 100 years old today.
Is that the guy
And people are jealous
from?
of that fog bank heading in from the east.
100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unknown came out of the fog.
Is that the guy from the
Now
Twilight
it
Zone?
has returned. Oh, Jesus. 100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unnatural came out of the fog. Now it has returned. 100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something evil came out of the fog. Now it has returned. The fog.
Antonio Bay has a curse on it. We're all cursed. There's no water getting here, but something awful cold, Pete.
I think I'll go to Vancouver now. Where's the fog now?
It should be right outside my door now.
Oh, there's something different about this fog. Dan, stay away from the door! Someone listen to me!
Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows. There's something in the
I did
fog.
a stream.
Stay away from the fog. From the creator of Halloween, the ultimate experience in terror and suspense. John Carpenter's The Fog, starring Adrienne Barbeau, Jamie Lee Curtis, John Houseman, Janet Leigh as Kathy Williams, and Hal Holbrook as Father Malone. The Fog. What you can't see won't hurt you. It will kill you. Between midnight and 1, it will find you.
Not the greatest trailer ever written, but highly enjoyable.
Just kept saying the fog.
It's just a series.
Do you understand? It's fog.
The name of the movie is
The fog, and it's fog that fogs up.
But yeah, check it out.
The fog.
And lastly is a TV show called The Fringe. Or
The
just
Fringe.
Just Fringe. Which
My wife's mom always called it The Fringe.
really,
Yeah, I love The Fringe, baby.
I also love The Fringe. This to me is X-Files taking what I liked best about X-Files, which was sort of the monster of the week sort of shows and the just creepy stuff and not the man is out to get you stuff, and doing it, in my opinion, better than X-Files. I know that that's not the way lots of people think, but it's my opinion, and that's what I sort of don't get paid for on the show. So this is the sort of cold open for one of the episodes that is that sort of creepy, monster of the week episodes. There's a much bigger story that's in later episodes of Fringe, but this is just sort of like scary things are out there and we don't know what's going on. So let's check it out.
I know she made one. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will soon be starting our in-flight movie.
Oh,
We will be coming through
I
with
didn't know
headsets,
that.
which are available for purchase for
Yeah.
$4. And of course, exact change is always
I'm gonna
appreciated.
ask a question.
Shoot.
I have a funeral tomorrow at 11. So I was thinking,
Yeah.
you want to just camp me tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then when I have to go, you know. I might be going
Yeah.
to my cousin's
No.
tomorrow, so.
No, we could just stream. That's
Yeah, but we
the way
haven't cammed in a while, unless you want to quit camp.
no, but if you're going, we could just stream.
I have to just cam with you because if I just stream, I'm just gonna get off anyway. Cause we might end up leaving at 10. So
Okay, you're gonna cam with me.
just cam with me tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, sorry. No.
Ready? I need you to do what I say. I'm going into that bathroom. You keep me in there. You keep that door closed. Get whatever sentence you can as soon as you can. You go in that bathroom. So I am not messing around. When you get the drugs, you come back. You knock. If I don't answer, or if I do, and what you see isn't me anymore, you keep that door closed. You hear me? You keep me in there, away from the other passengers. Get the drugs. Quick.
Yes, sir, I'll do that.
What in the hell?
Is that okay if we cam, Darren?
Yeah,
You sure?
that's okay. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a passenger who's having a hard time. Please remain calm. Everything's going to be just fine.
What's he doing in there?
I don't know. He just got quiet.
Maybe he passed out.
What in the world?
The captain says we should restrain him, but I
He was Super Saiyan on him and killed anybody. So yeah, that back in it's like little kids playing on a playground, and then you just see the plane fly over and smashes into the
Yeah.
and catches on fire.
Yeah, Fringe was really good with the body horror episodes. They were a lot about body horror, and then the crazy thing about the show is all of these ended up having a reason for existing and being tied to an overall story. Yeah, but not in a way that you really you needed to know. But there was like a scientific explanation every time for these events, they didn't mess with the supernatural, unlike X-Files, which did.
But yeah, so Fringe, I like it. Check it out if you don't like it.
Agreed.
What are you gonna do? Up next is
That's always an option.
up next is our sneak peek at tomorrow night's goodie.
Boy, are we going to talk about the Facebook, Adult Swim Tooonami Facebook
You're
picks?
totally right. I apologize. Up
So-
next is our
so
Adult Swim
the-
Facebook.
Let's go ahead and put up on the screen the top 5 Adult Swim Facebook choices.
Which is Babadook.
I like that movie a lot.
Is Insidious 3, nice.
I haven't seen Insidious 3, but I liked Insidious 1 and 2.
We did a thought spot that's in this weekend. So
Nice.
with him. Hellraiser, yes. Carnival Souls, yes. Evil Dead. I'm assuming the beginning of Evil Dead.
I mean, Evil Dead still, it's a goofy movie, like it's comedy horror, sort of so over the top, but the original Evil Dead was not. It was supposed to be just scary.
Yeah.
It is scary. The idea that you're alone in a cabin in the middle of the woods
Alone.
and that there's demons coming to kill you is pretty
Yeah.
terrifying. And then, of
That's why I
course,
never go into this.
then it became sort of a comedy thing, which I'm very much looking forward to Ash versus Evil Dead. But great choices. Adult Swim Facebook, thank you for not trolling for once. When you ask them about horror, they get real serious.
Serious business.
Hey, it's horror. Okay. But
And
thank
our
you.
Toonami Facebook picks, which is at facebook.com/Toonami. 16 and pregnant. Truly horrifying.
16 and pregnant is horror, but a different kind of more.
What?
It's a
What do you
more
Where you just bring the baby later on and
existential horror, yeah.
Thing, yes.
What?
Alien, yes.
It's a thing, alien.
Paranormal Activity
I
and
said,
Insidious.
you see the baby.
The Insidious movies.
Insidiousness.
Yeah,
it's
just hold on a second.
scary.
Not now, later.
Paranormal Activity. I
What?
didn't like, but it weirded me out.
Not now, a little bit later.
I like it because
Okay.
it would you out, or you just didn't like it?
No, I didn't like it because it was like cheap.
Is she bringing it home?
But the concept of like
He is home.
where you're getting possessed, like
He
being
is
alone in your house, like in your safe space, you suddenly the person you love is being possessed, by an evil spirit. That's a scary concept, which is why there's so many movies. But it's something about like the way the camera turns.
But you
Zombies.
stop Cam.
Also, just
No, I don't
like
want to
this. This is
stop
my
camera.
house,
I
and
just
like,
did this because you told me to.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
way.
I'm not saying that.
I'll bring it back.
No,
It's like-
before I leave.
Right after I saw Blair Witch.
On a
it's like-
cam,
It's
you-
like, that movie was not scary. Then you go home and it's like, oh, I got to go downstairs to the washing machine. It's like,
Yeah, and you're like, oh, that's more about your brain, but still. So now let's go to our sneak peek, which is a
lineup
promo
representative of the new lineup.
because we have a show change. So we are going to have to tell people who haven't been following along.
Right, which
And-
is edited by Dave. And,
Nice work, Dave.
well, let's watch it first before we hand it out to him.
All right.
So let's take it away.
The universe expands. Do you hear that sound?
Let's break it down for him. This is the boy. Nothingness. Then a comic got kill cuts in at 12:30.
Don't you get it? Only we know what they really are.
He's killing much and move it to 1:30.
If you're God, then I'll be the devil.
Boy, you really are good. One Piece dishes it out at 2:30. Nami, every Saturday night from 12
Nice work.
Like I said.
You're clairvoyant.
Yeah,
Me out a little
somehow I knew that would be good.
bit. And I don't know if I try to trust
So please check out our new lineup. The current lineup's been doing well. Hopefully, with the addition of Parasite replacing Sword Art, you guys will continue to turn in solid numbers.
And now, in an never-ending series of Steve Bloom Has a Sweet Ass Life, part 700, is this week's Bloom Room, which is a look at HawaiiCon, we are still available for this coming. And
please call or email.
HawaiiCon, we're 1065 William Street. You can send us a postcard.
Happy to go.
Any way you need to do so.
We would love to come to your con. We're all about whatever your con's about.
We will literally do and say anything that you need.
Yeah.
So just hit us up. But let's check out Steve's time at HawaiiCon.
Hey, tooonami. I'm here in Hawaii, Kona to be exact, for this week's edition of the Bloom Room. Join me, won't you? And don't mind the snot in my mask.
Don't mind the snot in my mask. Hawaii's beautiful.
On tooonami, we often talk about the perspective from space. We're going to a place like Hawaii. It gave me a chance to put down all the stuff that I normally think is important. Look at nature, experience it fully, look up at the sky, and realize that we're all on a planet in the middle of space together. So let's act that way. Let's take care of each other and be good to the planet. Until next time, see you on the Bloom Room.
You son of a bitch.
I'm just not. I can't even focus.
That's not really fair. We've had a good run of Hawaii.
Yeah,
So,
it's true.
It's never too late, HawaiiCon,
Yeah,
to
you can always
reach out.
When this is done, I gotta go and say hi to my cousin.
Our final segment is from Dana, who has graced us with another episode of Mobile on the Move, in which she plays a mobile game and reviews it for us. And this week she's going to be playing the black hole of your time, known as Hearthstone, aka the life and money draining master plan of Blizzard. So let's check out her Hearthstone review.
Hey everybody, it's Dana, and it's time for Today I'm talking about a game that I put off because I got locked out of my Blizzard.net account. Put it back and I tried Hearthstone. It's a modern classic, I tell you. Hearthstone is an FTP, aka free-to-play card game that whispers sweet nothings to players of Warcraft. It started on PC, but this is mobile on the move. I don't have time for my computer all the time. Nope. It's been out for well over a year and an icon on my iPad and iPhone for just about as long. I just finished a shoot in Arlington, Virginia, and comforted my nightly boredom with tutorials of this game. I love this. You make the boredom go away. You may be saying, hey Dana, that kind of looks like Magic the Gathering. Well, yeah, but Hearthstone is so much easier to understand. Less flavor on the cards, more flavor on getting the rounds done. Unlike a tabletop card game, the simplified rules that are already built in just keep you on the rails. You don't argue with your friends about what the rules are. Keep throwing down sheepy cards until you zap your opponent of health. And that's either going to be a CPU in practice or one of the more advanced modes, or another player somewhere across the world. You got your magic creatures, you got your more magical persons, you got your even more magical spells. What order do you want? Execute. No, my card. No. It works with a gem system. You get gems, you can do stuff. Not enough gems, and you better hope your minions ain't sleeping because your turn's going to be over. There are different classes. In one class, you can cut yourself to draw a card. You can heal yourself as a priest. You can deal direct damage regardless of taunt if you're a mage. And then there's druids, which are just forced weirdos. You can unlock different cards, you can crack a pack, you can see that you got no cards that'll help you, and you can move on with your life. There are two ways that I played this, on my iPad and on my iPhone. My iPad is old, and I had to get a personal hotspot from my phone just to get the system to work while I was at work. Then I chugged a whole lot of data. I just chugged 1 gig of data. Why? Hearthstone. Overall, this game's pretty intuitive. When I was on the iPad, I liked it a little better because I could see more of the animations in the low corners. But there also was more of a lag in general when I was on the iPad. I do have like a more souped up advanced iPhone. It handled load times a little better and it fit in my pocket, so I could really be on the move. Especially when I was too lazy to hold my tablet. As a fan of the Magic the Gathering online versions, I like noises, I like animation, I like all the cool stuff. And all that was, again, a little laggy on the iPad. But I feel like this is far more accessible than Magic the Gathering. It's easier to digest, it's easier to just pick up, regardless of skill set. I did have to ask myself the big question. Do I want to catch them all? Do I need to catch them all? Big complaint is there's no trading, so catching them all, gonna be really hard unless you grind. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super far into this game. I thought it would be much farther along by the time I did this review, but it is taking me a while, and that's great, especially for a free game. I'm very, very curious to touch the arena play. They spend so much time kind of getting you ready and riled up for PvP by practicing against CPU players. You can learn what each of the classes do while you're getting ramped up, which is cool. And you can also build decks. That's something that I neglected to do, is build decks and craft cards so far. Excited to get there. I have no idea if I'll spend any money on this. I have no idea if I'll get sucked into the hole. Speaking of which, go ahead and search why Hearthstone is so addictive. I forgot to hit enter. So you probably know better than I do. Final thoughts, you really don't need to drop fat cash whatsoever. You can play the whole thing on the cheap, but come on. It's like that kid who gets magic cards off eBay. If you spend the money, your deck's going to be better. It's just how it is. I'll probably still play it. I had fun getting matched with people who just wanted to write down responses back and forth. I like that. Well played.
Thank you.
I'll show you competition. This is Dana Swanson, aka Dana is a girl. Hit me up on Twitter, tell me what you're playing, send me recommendations, say hi, whatever you think. I'll see you at the end, Jason and Gil.
Yes,
Are you gonna go? I mean, go.
No, it's not over yet.
Oh, okay.
So how do you play Hearthstone?
I played Hearthstone. My first experience with Hearthstone was you playing it at the back bar, getting ready for Upfront. And I was just like, what is this? And you were like, yeah, I mean, you play against her. And I was like, I don't know. And then I played it, and it was like 2 days. I just woke up in like a sweat and hadn't done anything else. It's like, yeah. But yeah, so it's
In your wallet was drained.
Yeah.
$25 buying card decks.
She's like, oh yeah, I can do. I don't need it. Well, just try one little 99-cent card.
Yeah.
That's
I got into a black hole with it for about a month and then bailed. But like I probably spent $50 on decks, played people live, and lost more often than not. But ended up having a good specialized deck, and then being able to win 1 time out of 3 on average, which was pretty good because people will kill you in that game. So I salute.
Turns out online people are good at games.
So yeah, I salute anyone playing Hearthstone. I'm off Hearthstone. I kicked it. I'm no longer an addict, but
luckily Dana did not yet kick it, and
so she kicked it for us.
Mobile on the Move. Thank you, Dana. And thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow night, or maybe tonight, or maybe last night, depending on when you're watching this episode.
Just confused the shit out of me.
Saturday night at 1 a.m. is the premiere of Parasite, and we will see you every Saturday night, midnight to 3:30 on Tooonami. Have a pleasant whatever day this is. Bye.
We're on Tuesday. What?
I said I'm staying there.
Staying here?
It's got the right
I'm still here.
It's Treasury me. That's
What?
crazy. They can't just grab some super funny Hollywood actor.
I am still here.
I know you're still there.
As the real Colonel Sam. And I should go because I am Colonel Sam. And this is my incredibly delicious $5 filler. I'm Colonel Sanders. I know that. It's finger licking good.
I don't understand what the whole bloody baby thing. Why not just say internet?
What are you talking about now?
Hey, Sarah, have you ever seen a supermoon?
Of course, Tom. I'm an expert on solar systems.
Maybe you can give everyone a scientific explanation.
The moon's orbit around the Earth is oval shaped, so the moon is closest it appears bigger and brighter.
The next supermoon happens tomorrow night.
Enough of the moon and on with the tunes.
You will be the first one to ever make the eyes upon me in this next thing.
What?
Yeah.
Last Dragon Ball Z Kai, Frieza revealed his second transformation, raising his already immense power to shocking new height.
Since you already.
Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good. Okay. Let me just say hi to my cousin.
I wasn't like ignoring them. I was just like doing that, doing something because of hurt, pretty much. You know. So you just say hi to them real quick. And yes, I do want to see baby. Just wait till I come back.
Sorry.
Because you're not used to being around drunks. I might as well give Parasite a watch. See if I like it. Yeah. Still there? You still there? Let me just see if there's any like comments or anything. Anybody watching? Anybody?
No, I'm talking. What then?
Okay. No. Have you ever seen Modern Family?
This is beautiful. The wood baseboards and the wood and the windowsills. I love those details. I love the tray ceilings. And this is a huge room.
Sport plays games. Let's go! Summer's outside.
Get out of there!
Bullet, over there.
Down, bullet. The new baby thinks it's he thinks everything is his to play with.
Child. And you want what? Double cheeseburger?
Yeah, but if you want to get it on there, won't get it. I wanted the coffee.
You ready?
Negative. Our recording started. I believe Andrew Smith, great. Thank you very much for the sub, man. Joey Proud Crowd, you must followers. We love you. I appreciate the support.
Well, you know how I am with coffee. What?
That's all you want, is coffee and the double cheeseburgers and fries, right?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Big box?
Do you want me to go with you?
If you want to go, go. Just remember the one thing. Come on.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah.
Darren. Can you please
Yeah.
sit here? I'll be right back. Maybe I want to go get food with him.
Okay.
All right.
Start recording. All right. Single player, the 5Ds. The audience wins. Thank you very much. Duel of the Dragons. Akiza, also known as the infamous Black Rose Witch, Brown Rose, was next to battle you say. Before it was underway, she met with her mentor, Sayer.
I wonder what this is, actually.
Okay, it's good to go. On the good old Xbox 360. THQ no longer exists. Ripperino, THQ. How did I get OG Saints Row? I had it for a while. You can actually buy them both on the 360 and this combo pack. Let me full screen this bad boy. Right here. Comes with Saints Row 1 and 2. That's what I bought it. I had it for a while.
Oh. Let's just see what this is. What? Video. Oh, come on. You realize I'm only letting you know because
Why do you keep turning off all the time? Huh? What?
no,
What are you watching? That I can't see?
no, I'm not watching nothing.
Well, I don't believe that. But it makes me want to not trust you. So,
Yeah. Lay low till we get you.
My computer.
Take it, boy. Take it. He made it. He made it. That's what folks are saying. I said the word what we say. Fucking we all have to do it. We are the champions in my friends. Yeah, it's something else that. I just got to for over 20 years. That's freaking long time. Trace it. You know, so that's what really was when he was a restaurant. I was like, no, I'm not sure. I used to like like a little one with that. What was that? I can't remember what the name of the cafe was. Those are my favorite like Frank Sinatra. I don't really like Frank Sinatra. Remember that? Hey, I remember that one. I used to love that one. That one was one of my favorites. season 6 almost as bad as SpongeBob. No, not true. Don't say that. Don't say that. My questions SpongeBob. But to be fair, I think that's my favorite most cartoons. Basically, when it's so like they go on so long and there's so much hype around them that eventually it starts to try too hard and it's becoming not cool. Favorite show as a kid was a dinosaur movie. But I told you guys about the fact that I used to watch Twitter every night and I used to know pretty much everything about the first Super season. I don't know how, because now I can't remember the ever like Super. But my mother said insists about it too, that like they used to watch Super every night when I came home from school and I used to be like obsessed with it. Like at lunchtime, I never went in for lunchtime. Remember SMTV? SMTV. I do remember that. I remember Milkshake, which was on channel 5, I think, in England, which is like a baby group. And then I remember I used to watch CBC quite a lot. No, not CBC, sorry. No, it was CBC. CBC felt like back when it was like more mature things as well. Oh, I sniped him! Shit! I don't know if I sniped him. Well, that was an accident. We did it, boys. We did it, Reddit. How old am I? I'm 22. Oh my god, I'm too young. No, you know what was good as a child? Think of that. And like, they had the bicycle bit. Oh yeah, CBD for the baby. Wow. You were thinking not about it, like. Oh my god, really? He says you have to Oh, another assist. What a surprise. I'm so glad I got to hear that assist. Oh my god, really? Learn how to throw grenades, you fucking nerd. Your mother's never gonna let you drop your grenades like that again. Put it out. Rip. I kind of think I got my team's way a bit there. Probably was the reason.
Sorry.
Like, you still got the low? Let's be honest, if you had gotten it, you would have been more about now.
Nah.
Who knows where it's gonna land? Earth is gonna go anything at all. Nothing. No! Oh my god! Are you serious? That may like not even happen. Really grasped it. That's why I don't like using. Protest, run around the corner screaming if you don't know what's around the corner. It will scare off your enemies and you will also probably kill nothing in the process. But do it anyway. What is wrong? Yeah, I made bagel today in our pizza. I mean, very simple. Made bagel. Yeah, bagel set. I mean, the best thing ever. That bagel set is cool. I'm gonna lie. The bagel set is like 2 big chocolate. It's like the whole outside is crispy and it's like it's so easily done. I know it was something like for baby right now, but I mean, it was a good baby. Did I get to ask it? I do not have to ask this. JJ Grace, I said, oh, no, he's nothing like goals. Wait. Fuck, man. What am I using right now? I think it was a scat for me, right? That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah. I was using Axiom Ball before that, but no, I want to use this for medicals. It works very well. I did get quite a few kills when I aimed at something.
I'm just waiting.
Well, I get like my feet off the ground in the house. Like until that point, it was a few shortest games, but yeah. Why you use? Why you know this? Oh God, Strina. Why you not here? Strina, why you use Strina? Oh, Anthony, is that? Oh. Right, we have one more game. My goal is to not be a bottom
Hey, I'm not doing anything. It's like, I'm not even doing it. I'm just waiting for her to I'm just waiting for it to load up. Jeez, she thinks everything no game. Jeez. You think it's everything I'm doing. Come on. I'm not doing it. Just checking this. Yeah, I'll watch for it too. Everything is nuts. Because I'm just doing it because nothing will come up. I don't know what's going to come up there because it's like pretty much all the time. Shoot. But, Carry on. Okay, that works. Go on and check because it's like
Let me know if you need it.
And we you guys don't know. If you guys don't know which, if you guys don't know what modern family is, let me break the trail for you guys first.
guys doing something I don't understand. I'm just watching. It's not even that bad. It's fucking fascinating for God's sake. Now she freaks out because it's like, oh, I can take this out or whatever. It's my computer. You can't do shit to it. Which is the truth. You can't do anything. You bought this computer for me. I can do whatever I want. It's not like I don't do anything. Whatever. Like, why do you always want to turn on? Because I'm not sure it's okay. That time was like it because I wasn't sure what was going to come up. It's like, alright, I'll just send her the link. Okay, it's TV. But like, yeah, she's like, oh well, you know, I can take this out. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm just doing it wrong. I'm just saying what's on here. It's a picture of everything. Damn it. It's all pissed off because I'm doing this. You think I'm doing something? Alright, let me just do this because I don't even know what just do this. Alright, I'm gonna like load up Facebook or whatever. Well, you kind of told me you were. I was gonna. The dogs were eating. You think I'm gonna go in there while they're eating? Okay. I'm not doing anything. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just to let you know, I'm muting myself because I gotta eat. So if you come back and you come back and you hear nothing, you see like and you see like this the Hulu thing. I'm muting myself because I'm eating. So just to let you know. Everything is so wrong. Everything is so stupid. It's so wrong.
Hey. Hey everyone, I'm hoping he hasn't muted.
So very many ways.
No.
Be on your way.
He's like fucking good.
deliveries to make. No time to chat. Important deliveries to make. No time to chat. Be careful.
I don't believe now the board's messages. No one else is returning messages before. The code of
Okay.
Please keep your weapons sheathed in the belt.
Oh, you're back, huh? Okay. Hello. 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 Okay. Hello. Thank you.
In your tongue, the word simply means fire. It is what? How? I'm looking to be filling the time is sweet.
Hello. Where are you?
As am I. You acted very nobly, hoping my master realizes his license. Thank you.
Mr. King back. reading.
I'm getting too old for this horse shit.
You could have just screenshot it.
Yes, I am your leader, and I have babies.
Raven! Starfire!
Cyborg! Baseball! Your memories have been restored! Titans, go! Oh, yeah! The Teen Titans are back and better than ever!
So, I guess that means you're going to stop listening to me again?
Hey, we may not listen to you sometimes.
Or respect.
And sure, you like making fun of you.
Hey, why's still on and he's laughing? What's he do? Give him a bomb.
Buckets for
You know, you could have just screenshot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be here. It's gonna be much heavier.
Premieres Wednesday, October 14th at 9:30. And don't even think about missing the next episode on Disney XD. Introducing Rev, one car, an artificially intelligent drone, the other completely reorganized.
You back? You back? Hello? Hello? If you guys don't know what Modern Family is, I'm just send you the trailer. I'm just gonna play the trailer for you. Work.
Out. Come on out. Hey, Darren. Darren.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just here. I'm just here watching the baby for a little bit. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, I didn't know what. Okay. You know what?
A pretty great place that's saying something, cause I've been through outer space. I think it's destiny, it's just a style. I think I'm gonna stay a little while. I think that
What's the key to being a great dad?
Patience. Did we just talk about moving in the park?
Our kids are great. Alex is great at every single thing he tries.
A library is a place where people get books. A movie theater is a place where people go on dates.
Haley. He is great. So she can meet someone else. That's something. I guess that leaves Luke. He dropped the ball a bit on it.
Restore the damn website.
You have got to be kidding me. School picture day? Oh, I want to go home.
Well, Marco Diaz.
Not today, Jeremy.
I came to give you a black eye for picture day, but apparently there's no need.
I said not today.
Marco, you broke my skateboard. It's fine, Marco. I'll just live with it.
I think my work here is done.
You know what? Screw it. Get it. Okay, just
No, she got